You are here to help us through our current scandal.
Click, 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 everywhere.
But I did not fire you, and all I need to do is bide my time until you fail. Won't you take the train, dear?
I'll be on time. Just wait, I'm coming. I'm going to make something of this job.
You could write a book. The definitive Miranda Priestley expose. May the bridges I burn light my way. Wait. I hope that's not what you're wearing to the dinner. That's all.
Cindy, we need that. The Brunello Cucinelli pants. Love those. And we definitely need an embroidered two-piece totem set. But not the terracotta because you're so pale.
Hello, this is Trinidad the Islandman, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Islandman, your Island Man. And, well, today, opening day, or opening weekend of the new movie, The Devil Wears Prada Part 2, I went ahead and I saw it, and, well, remember our rating scale, Shaka Thumbs Up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shaka Thumbs Down, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for The Devil Wears Prada Part 2, it is, overall, a Shaka Thumbs Up. What can I say about this movie? The original cast returns, everyone from Meryl Streep to, of course, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci. It is amazing that they got everybody back and actually was able to give everyone pretty much their just desserts, in getting equal share of the time and growth throughout this movie. Gosh. I guess the part 1 came out in the early 2000s, I think. I did not see it at the theater all those years ago. It was one of those movies that you'd seen on, well, this was before streaming, so it was like HBO and, on cable, of course. Just over and over and over again. And, honestly, it was a good movie, part 1. Had I been doing reviews back then, I probably would have given it a Shaka Thumbs Up. Anne Hathaway has come, she has come a very, very long ways. But, despite the controversy she'd gone through a few years back, she still seems to be a fairly wholesome person. She's got a horror movie coming up. That trailer opened up, I forget what it was called, Variety or something like that, I think. Really looked weird. Something totally out of her wheelhouse. But I digress. Again, The Devil Wears Prada Part 2 is a Shaka Thumbs Up. Definitely will become the new #1 movie at the box office. Sorry, Michael Jackson, but your crown has been tipped. Both thanks to a fantastic cast. Those three returning, Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, and, of course, the unfathomable Meryl Streep in this role. Utterly amazing. Plus, it does strike heavy of nostalgia. Really getting back to the first movie and what you were interested in. Anne Hathaway's character has progressed. She's moved on from fashion, where she was the intern before, fully embracing her journalistic instincts from previously and desires. Had become a award-winning journalist, newspaper writer, winning awards. Unfortunately, again, striking, in current day and current times, the media shrinkage that is taking place as, newspapers are shutting down. She loses her job. Her newspaper loses its, is just closed. Everyone there loses their job. And she gets an amazing offer to come back to Runway, where she had originally started all those years ago as an intern. But this time as the editor-in-chief of the editorial division of Runway magazine, fashion magazine. Much to the surprise of Meryl Streep's character, as the CEO of the entire company, Runway, had went ahead and hired her to smooth over a debacle about sweatshop works in fashion that Runway was having to design their clothes, I guess, for the new fall lineup or so. Something on that order. We come back and find out that, Stanley Tucci's character has remained in his exact same position. Emily Blunt has moved on. She is now the chief leader of Dior, a rival to Miranda, Meryl Streep's character, but yet still an ally in the fashion industry overall. We find that Miranda Richards, Meryl Streep's character, is looking to move beyond being the head of Runway to, and the magazine, to more of the global Runway, director overall, something the CEO is about to give him. Unfortunately, when he dies, that throws everything up in the air, and Anne Hathaway finds a way to, teaming up with Emily Blunt, to attempt to save her position, save the company's position, as, again, straight out of the headlines, the CEO's son, who takes over, is looking to strip the company down to bare bones in an attempt to save money, etc., and cut costs. Much to the shock and horror of everyone who works there, especially, Meryl Streep's character, who, is pretty much, used to be the, used to being the queen, and her word of, as law, there at the company, suddenly being forced to kowtow to the former CEO's son and new owner. There is some backstabbing that goes along the way, very much like the first one. And so, without any spoilers, let's just say it is very surprising where the conflict comes from, and it's like, oh, I didn't see so-and-so as the villain in this movie. As we know, Meryl Streep's character is pretty much, set out to be the villain, very much as the first movie, just because of her hardcoreness and attitude. Yet it is from a place of caring, and, Anne Hathaway has to, get over her nostalgia of, having befriended her and being befriended to her, to find a way to make her new position as a semi-equal with her work, in addition to saving Runway, the entire company, magazine company, now facing these downsizes from the CEO's owner's son, etc. And even bringing in Emily Blunt to attempt to save, help her save Miranda Richardson's, Meryl Streep's job. But yes, there are some twists and turns and some surprises in this movie that got to me and won me over as much as, as you can tell by just looking at me, I know nothing of fashion. But anyone who does will enjoy this movie. Anyone who enjoys journalism will like this movie as well, as it does really cover what's happening to mass media currently in today's climate of clicks and streams and streaming services and downsizes of newspapers and paper magazines into just clickable online sites, etc. Albeit TikTok or Instagram or whatever new thing comes out there, it's all covered in this as being the overall overarching villain of just technology and time marching on to the beat of a new drum. Vice, the old ways of running industry standards. Everyone does fantastic in this movie. And like I said, the story is very heartfelt and warming, touching and funny, just as the original was. I will say that the detriment of this movie, totally, unrelated to anything, but my personal choice, they seem to squeeze in this relationship for Anne Hathaway's character, which, everybody seems to have a nice, happy, I guess they're just trying to round out all of the characters. Everyone from Emily Blunt to even Meryl Streep's Miranda Richardson has a wonderful home life and family, and a significant other. Yet Anne Hathaway is alone. She doesn't have from the first movie Simon Baker. She doesn't have from the first movie her boyfriend that she cheated on with Simon Baker. She doesn't have anybody. But she finds somebody in the show, and that to me just felt a little forced. That whole relationship. It's like, well, why does a strong woman need a relationship? And the guy they got is like looking like super, super old, and it's like she could be dating Meryl Streep, this guy. Not, who Meryl Streep even has like this younger guy. Kenneth Branagh is playing her husband. This guy's like, looks like he's, that Anne Hathaway finds is like old and gray, and, it's like, I didn't buy it for one instant that she had any feelings for him. I could see him having feelings for her. Sure, you bet. She's young and cute still, kind of. But as far as her going for him, it's like, no, I don't buy that at all. And it just felt forced and arbitrary. I don't know why they put that in there, but that's the only stickler in the movie, The Devil Wears Prada Part 2. Everything else is flawless in this. I don't think anybody's going to win awards out of this. But again, Stanley Tucci being the rock-solid base of, his position, his standing in the movie, really serves. He ought to get some kind of nod. If not, of course, at the Oscars, then, maybe at the Golden Globes or something. He is a treasure to see return back to this role. And and just fits along with everyone else who does not miss a beat or a step returning to their roles despite, the 20 years or more that has passed. All right, again, The Devil Wears Prada Part 2, a strong Shaka Thumbs Up. Definitely go ahead and see it at the movie theater. You won't be disappointed. It will be the #1 movie for this weekend. All right, mahalo and aloha.